So this seems like a great time to play a little would you rather between gold and Bitcoin. So Jim, you're up
great.
first.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Let's have you kick it off. What side are you taking and why?
I'd much rather be gold for a couple reasons. The first one's technical. When gold moved, its recent move, it broke out of a fairly severe downtrend, and I think it's heading up to about 1360-ish. Peter mentioned the fact that gold stayed buoyant despite the fact that the dollar was strong. I'll also add that rates lower make holding gold a lot cheaper. Gold seems to love that. On to the Bitcoin part of it. You see that $10,000 line? To me, that's a line in the sand in Bitcoin. It came kind of within flirting distance of it before, and it seemed to have failed. I think it's going to take a lot to push it above that. So right now, I'd clearly rather be gold.
Griz, your thoughts?
Jimmy, I'm taking the modern currency versus the medieval currency right now. And I'll tell you why. There's been a wider implementation of Bitcoin. The transaction has speeded up as far as the cost has speeded up, and also the number of transactions has speeded up. Hedge funds are back in to start buying this thing. And Jimmy, when you walk into Burger King, you can't buy a Whopper with a bar of gold. You can buy it with some Bitcoin, though, in a little bit. So I'm liking Bitcoin.
You still can't now, though. You still can't buy it now with Bitcoin.
True,
so we're both right now. We're still on the same page, right?
Yeah, but Jimmy, they're going to implement that. They have no plans on implementing it for gold at this point. And the other thing I like about Bitcoin versus gold is the whole thing about the dollar, that you're not beholden to the dollar with Bitcoin right now. So the dollar can make its move, and Bitcoin can make its move separate of the dollar.
So Griz, why don't you break down your trade on Bitcoin?
All right, here we go. I'm looking to buy the CME Bitcoin contract at 7,800. SEMA, I put in a stop and it's 7,100 because if you remember that sell-off a couple weeks ago, we held that 73, 72 area pretty well, and then we bounced off that. So 7,100 for a stop. And then, Jimmy, I'm not going to the 10,000, but 9,100 with my modern currency I'm looking at.
Yeah, we've certainly seen this flight to quality, Jim. So why don't you break down your gold trade?
I'll take the currency that's as old as I am, actually older. The August gold contract right now is trading about 13.28. If it breaks out of this little channel and trades 13.35, I think that's a spot to buy it and ride it up to 13.60 target that I mentioned before. If it trades back below 13.17, that's where I think you stop yourself out.